Good morning and welcome to this morning's thought for the day. You can probably just about make out in the window behind me that it's snowing up here. Probably is where you are too, as Beast for the East Part 2 comes along to say hello. Been sort of watching the news, as I suspect many of you have, and it just struck me over this weekend how late last week we were talking about how quickly vaccines were being rolled out, the speed with which that was happening, and how good that was, and that over 50s, such as myself, will be vaccinated by May, hopefully, and things are moving on a pace, and how that was such a lift and is such a lift. And then we come through the weekend and into this morning, where we're talking about other variants of the virus and how that impacts on the effectiveness of vaccines. And it just strikes me this journey in COVID is a bit of a roller coaster in terms of hope and in terms of it being eroded and taken away at times. So, where do we find security and confidence in that? Yeah, a lot of the hope is usually eroded where something that we see stirs up possibly a sense of human fear in it. Yeah. Oh, the good thing is being affected. I think it's 1 John 4:18 that talks about perfect love casting out fear. So where do we find the perfect love? And Psalm 27 from this morning's morning prayer in the Church of England talks of the Lord as light and salvation. In which case, whom then shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom then shall I be afraid? And I think whom could be replaced with what? That the Lord is the constant hope. The love of the Lord is the source of hope. And then later in that psalm, it talks about the day of trouble where the Lord will hide me in his shelter. In the secret place of his dwelling shall he hide me and set me on a rock, a firm foundation, a place to go where when the storms of the world whip around us, still we find that constant strength, that love, that hope, that faith. And then it talks in the psalm of seeking the face of God. It says, my heart tells of your word, seek my face. Your face, Lord, will I seek. And perhaps that's it for today, isn't it? Is to seek the face of the Lord in all things. When we feel um, desolate, when we feel um, disoriented, to say, Lord, I'm just seeking your face. Will you reveal yourself to me? And then the psalm ends with, I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and he shall comfort your heart. Wait patiently for the Lord. To wait in strength, to draw hope, and to perhaps be less directly impacted by the ups and downs of the news, which are created for a purpose as well. The news is true, um, but it's always comes through a lens designed to work with us. And so find our strength in the Lord. Now, that's not to say that that's just some nirvana, some Shangri-La, a pretty place with no pain. That's just not true. There are ups and downs in the Christian journey as well. And I'm just minded that this weekend in our readings, we'll think about the Transfiguration, where Peter, James, and John went up probably Mount Tabor in Israel with Jesus and saw the most amazing side of Jesus, a real mountaintop experience. But then they came back down into the valley and into all of the things that came after that, that we will work through Lent and into Easter around. There are mountaintops, there are valleys, there are deserts in the Christian journey. There are still waters, there are green pastures. But in all of it, there is a constancy, a constant foundation of a God who loves and loves and loves. So my prayer is you will know that love today, that there will be moments where you feel the closeness of God, and that in that you will be raised up in confidence and in hope. God bless, and I pray you have a good day that is filled with abundant blessings. Amen.